Good morning, everyone. It is such a beautiful day, and the room that sometime I film in, I thought I'd just film in this room for a minute. I'm going to try not to get me into the picture. There's that beautiful purse or bag that my dear sweet Alice gave me. Thank you, Alice. It just goes so pretty in this room, along with some other treasures that you've given me. I love making little bird nests. I think I've maybe showed these before in a video, but it doesn't hurt to show them again. Sometimes they're just so much fun. I love this one sitting on the old little, old-time little forget-me-not. And those are very old flowers. I found them one time at a kind of an antique shop and just bought a whole bag of stuff like that. That little booty down there, one of them, I think both of them my mother crocheted. I don't know, she must have used that one with all the colors as a pattern. I had so many beautiful treasures that were hers at one time, but you know, you don't keep everything in life. I've been even getting rid of some stuff lately. Found that on eBay one time and was going to use it to cut up, but couldn't cut it up once I got it. Also this one. Isn't that pretty? Found those little shoes at a, I think it was a kind of like an antique shop. They're porcelain. They're not really, but I loved them because I have one that came out of the trunk of my mother's. The little girl is just an adopted picture that I love, those old time pictures. A couple of them in the back, or one of them in the back. I used to have another one, but that came off an old calendar. Isn't that beautiful? The little felt shoes. I found those one time at a resale shop or something, or antique mall. Got them so cheap, so I couldn't resist them. Aren't they darling? And the little beads got off of some of my treasures I buy sometimes. It was in a package probably. Anyway, should have moved that. That carries an old tray, and I set it up sometime when I'm getting in that closet. I didn't know it was sitting there. The tray is in the closet. It's one of those kind of like a little table that you can fold out and make into a table. But anyway, I used to use those in my craft room, but needless to say, they don't have rollers, so it was hard to move them around. The beautiful, beautiful dress that everybody flips over. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I just love that dress. Love the beautiful, beautiful laces on it. And the flowers around it belong to my granddaughters at their weddings. And I made the two hearts, back before I ever even dreamed about this. Was in the 90s. Can you believe that we were doing those shabby tear-up pieces of material? And this one I made out of an old rope. Tore up the material and tied it on. There's just some of the treasures that I've kept that I made one time, a long time ago. They just seem to fit in this room. That picture I got at a kind of like a craft resale shop. Anyway, and that's that beautiful that I made out of all kinds of, it's a little sniplet roll that I leave out. I never roll it up because I've got it on a real pretty, it's just one of those clasp hooks, I guess you say. I think, what do you call those? I can't think of the name of it right now. Oh, and those, brought those in from, I've been throwing away a lot of old baskets, but I used to have this hanging in a bathroom one time, and I went and sprayed it pink and just added the flowers and decided it'd go good in this room, along with that beautiful mirror that I'm not going to show me. I wanted to show this. There's a book that my dear Alice gave me, and it just fits good in this room, so I put it in here. And those hats were my granddaughter's long years ago, and I think they, I'm thinking they wore them. I'm not sure, but I know they played dress up in them at my house. That's the reason they ended up in my house, and I've just treasured them because of the dress up. There's an old... it's a bobbin that went to the old sewing factories, and I have a bunch of those. And that one I got out of the storage room and sprayed it and made that flower there out of just, I think might be made out of newspaper that I sprayed with some, I know I made it out of some kind of paper. Anyway, this is that beautiful wedding top that I bought from Sue. And Sue, I haven't ever framed it because I could never find a place to, I have a beautiful frame to go around it, but I could never find a wall that would carry the frame. So just decided to hang it in here beside this other one because, and we still talk about tea dyeing it. Got some hearts above it that used to be the old home interior that I love those old hearts. You know, takes me somewhere in time when I used to have a lot of different decorations. And I think, and I'm nearly sure that Olivia gave me that beautiful butterfly. Isn't that gorgeous? I needed something to kind of hide something up there because I think I nailed a nail in the wall and it didn't fit. And there's some beautiful things that Alice gave me, some of her beautiful treasures of things she crochets and stick pins she made. I love the flower that I made. That was one of the first lace flowers I made, so I thought it was just appropriate to fit with that. And then I love these old pictures that I purchased. They just seem to fit with this. And then I made that tag and that old purse I bought recently, and I showed it one time as a purchase, but it fit perfectly on that because she had advertised it as a wedding purse, and it is beautiful. We used to call them evening bags. And there's an old wedding applique up there that I tea dyed, or no, I think I dyed it with some Ritz dye. Anyway, I love this, and I bought it to cut up, but I could not cut this up once I got it. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, so pretty. And I still think it'd be beautiful to tea dye it. I don't know. This is the spot where I have Alice's beautiful things that she gave me. Just love them. Love looking at them. I'm in this room I've come in my rooms to kind of eyeball them, and I just, well, to take them in, I guess you'd say. They're like we call it eye candy. Every once in a while. And the sun we had such a cloudy day the last few days, and I haven't been able to video, so I thought, well, I'll just start my video off with something with the brightness of this beautiful room. An old home interior picture again. I love some of the old home interior. Should redo the frame, but will I ever get everything done? Probably not, but I do think about things that I could do. There's something that I used to buy all of these little pillows when I'd find them on eBay back probably about 10 or 15 years ago, and they make beautiful pin cushions, but that one's quite bigger. Has a beautiful flower. Some rose petals that was in one of my granddaughter's weddings that, you know, they brought home to Granny because they knew that I'd like them, and I put the two little lovebirds in there. Just this wicker furniture I bought, and that goes under this, it's an old quilt on it, and it goes under this beautiful dresser that I found them at a kind of a little antique shop one time, and I was looking for something for this room, and I was looking for a wicker bed, and I found that. Those are some flowers that was used at one of my granddaughter's weddings, so of course I keep them. I'll go ahead and film this right up here. You got to see out in the hall for a sec. This was one of my granddaughters, that some of the flowers, but that metal thing, I just found it at like maybe the Goodwill or something. It's pretty, and it looks like an old piece of ceiling tile that's been folded up, and the flower there on the side. My granddaughter got married by the ocean, and so she had turquoise, and that's some of the dried roses that was on my wrist. You know, they gave me a wristband. Most of it nowadays, they're not corsages, mostly wristbands. So anyway, this bed, let me see if I can turn around without getting y'all all shook up. I found this bedspread, and at first I didn't know if I would use it. It's it's what you call a, you can put something in the middle of it. I can't think of the name of that, but I just fell in love with it because of the pattern on it. Found it at an antique resale, not resale, but kind of a craft mall. And I just thought it was so pretty. And I thought, well, this would fit in here. But believe me, I grab it off when I have company because of the color. And my cat just walked in the room, but he knows he's not allowed in here because I don't let him on any of this bed. And anytime you touch it, it looks wrinkled because it's got all the stuff under it. I've got some pretty quilts that I used to have on this bed. They're still under there. Got these old pillow shams one time. Bought them at the Goodwill, I believe it was. And I washed them up, and I just thought they looked real pretty. They just sort of went with this. I said, well, and then that pillow there, I found it at one of the resale shops and cleaned it up and really intended to put things on it. And there it sits, still just with the lace and the prettiness, but it fit with this bedspread so well. Something else that I just recently got, that little wicker cradle. Isn't that darling? And I have a great granddaughter, and she came in this room, and that's the first thing she ran and got. It was so sweet. She just turned 3, but she was about 2 then. And these are some dolls that my granddaughters, I have a lot of dolls that I've kept through the years. Just another little wicker shelf that I intended to put up on the wall, but it never got there. This is some of my old dolls that are in this room. I used to have that wreath hanging in a room that I had a lot of my toys, but it fits well on that little kid's chair. And I always say, my husband bought me this. It says, bloom where you're planted. I've had many a day that I've had to redo my homes, and sometimes they don't always go like that. And I keep saying I'm going to take these dolls down and repaint this shelf. Well, do I do it? No, but I do like it as it is. So I'm just showing you some of the beautiful dolls that are on the shelf. And there's a couple more of those hearts. I got to hurry because I don't want it to run over time. These are some of my little dolls and treasures that are in this room. This is another thing that should have been painted. But like years ago, we didn't paint anything. We wanted to take the paint off. And here I end up, and I always like that with the little dog and the little girl praying. And my little Indians, I love those. They're very old. And I bought a whole treasure. These dolls were on TV one time. I bought the culls of a lady's collection, bid on them off of eBay. I think they came out of Florida. And I bought a bunch of dolls that she had, but I just had a fit when I saw these Indian dolls they were selling as one doll, and I mean as one bid. Well, not one bid. I think I got it for I can't remember. I might have been the only one bid on it because she had some real expensive dolls that were being showed. I think they said she had over 2,000, and her place was showed one time on, like I said, on TV. Somebody filmed her dolls, and so these dolls I always say are stars because they've been once. I have a little written statement where they have been on TV one time. But anyway, there's something I just bought at a resale shop, one of those old when I was a little girl, they used to have a lot of that. I can't think what it's called, but anyway, it was just Indian stuff, so I thought it fit perfect. Just things I have. I used to collect before I moved here, I collect the old cameras, and I used to have all my kids' pictures sitting on them. Well, I've got to hurry up. Anyway, I always like this saying, and many things that are under here. I'll quickly try to show them all fastly, if y'all didn't. All right. Read to me, Mommy. Y'all stay extra safe in Jesus, and I will be back with more videos. Bye-bye.